It's a tough subject, and we just crossed a milestone, season 4.
Wow.
Jessica, can you believe it?
No.
I can believe it. I can believe it because someone sent me an email the other day and said, I want to find it and pass it on. If you want to send me an email and tell us the show is impacting you. This person said, I really enjoy the show. And here comes the train right there. You heard that train. That's our new sound effect. That was nice feedback coming in. If you want to send it to me, it's dennis@halfasorrow.org. Sorrow.org, because a shared joy is a double joy. A shared sorrow is half a sorrow. And people shared some of their sorrows and what they went through and how the podcast has impacted.
Oh, wow.
I'll find it. My ADHD, it got buried. It got buried somewhere. I will find it.
That's the important stuff. That's why we do it.
I know. I should like brag about it, but this cause has a way of humbling you in a sense. You don't want to it's a weird thing to market. Like, hey, look, we're making an impact. Yeah. And then you realize it's suicide prevention. But we should be bragging about it.
It's common knowledge. I mean, you hear about it. You could turn the TV on. I sent you that screenshot the other day about the total increase in people using AI asking questions about suicide. I mean, I have to think those are people that don't feel comfortable telling anyone else.
So Jessica sent an email about the usage. They're obviously they're gathering every piece of data they can off AI. When you put a query in there and the results come up and you ask it something, guess what? It's going to the big calculator in the sky and they're recording it or they're tracking it. Let's be honest. They know everything we're doing. And you sent, it was a low percentage of users, but there were so many users. It's a high number of people.
It says 1 million ChatGPT users discuss suicide weekly.
That is so weird because I was at a conference just this morning and they're talking about the effect of media, and we're not even there yet. We're not even measuring the AI yet. We're still talking movies, social media, Instagram. We're like 10 years behind. This stuff, we can't even measure it now. How much screen time kids are spending. Kids, I do it too. I use AI.
I do too. I say that, and I'm sitting there doing it all the time. There's an addiction there. There really is.
AI has helped me on so many business things that I had to do. It was incredible, wonderful. Not knocking it, but it does talk to you like a human. It says, hey, Dennis, that's a great idea. Let me help you out there. And
I don't have that one.
I could see people getting familiar with it.
Do you remember those movies back in the 80s about things like that? Like Running Man and all the what it would be like.
Play a game. Yeah.
Yeah. Like war games. My husband was talking about that the other night. I was like, these are things that we laughed at and thought, wow, we'd be dead before we'd ever see. Here we are. And, we're like the Jetsons. When are the cars going to start flying?
We talked about it. There is a lawsuit against ChatGPT where ChatGPT gave the kid bad advice. Now you're telling me that wasn't just a one-off. There's millions of people going there and asking questions.
And I watched the parents testify in that. It was heartbreaking. And they were very, very upset with, the creators or what. I don't even know enough about it to talk about it and use the right lingo, whatever they are. There was a testimony on Capitol Hill, I guess, about it. And then that's when they showed that statistic. I was blown away. I mean, I guess I'm naive.
Now, flip side of that, it's helped me out in doing PowerPoint slides and all this other stuff, right? And doing research. Could we program the AI? I don't even know how it works, but to do all the right things for suicide and mental health, are you seeing a therapist? Could you program it to guide people in the right direction? Are you calling 988? Are you calling the Good Samaritans?
Here's the resources in your community, phone numbers.
Let me download a safety plan for you. You should fill this out. We could coach that thing instead of that one ChatGPT quote I heard from the parents was, why don't we keep this between us? This kid was suicidal and the machine told him, why don't you just keep it here?
That was the most bizarre part of it. It's like, why? Why would a machine say it? Why would it be programmed to say that?
When we first got computers, we thought we'd all have 3 days of work and 4 days off. Remember, like it was going to be the future. It's going bass backwards. It's ruining our lives.
Oh God, I know. I saw something the other day or heard something. People were talking about how wonderful it was in the 70s and 80s. We did, and before, we didn't even know how good we had it. I mean, we were blessed to know what life. I was literally getting my hair done today and I was holding my phone and I was like, what would I do? What did we do before?
You
You
talk to the
know?
person doing your hair.
Right. Well, I do that too.
Or
But,
you think, or you thought creative
right,
thoughts.
right. This is not really being used anymore,
Yeah,
you
you
know?
mull stuff over.
Right.
Albert Einstein, I think the story goes that he had a desk job when he was young, and it was so boring he got his stuff done by like noon. Now, if Albert Einstein was born, he'd be on Instagram from noon to 5. But he sat there and he thought about stuff, and he wrote notes. He was bored, but he used that boredom to his advantage. We don't deal with boredom anymore.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And sometimes boredom unlocks creativity.
It does. 100%. And, not, we talk all the time. All the time. People act like they're so surprised about youth mental health issues. I mean, they went through COVID. They live with constant, interaction with everything like stimulation, and just all things that we were protected from, quite frankly, when we were younger. If you really think about it, most of us were. We didn't see those things. Now they can see anything, and it's and that constant comparison, which we do as adults as well. So it's
I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. Like, people are going to AI for the therapist, not going out to see the therapist. Jessica, I was at a conference this morning that should have been, it was awesome. The presenters were awesome, but it wasn't very well attended. I'm speaking this weekend, and the people who were running it said registrations are low. People aren't going out anymore. And my wife bought a party book, and she goes, Dennis, you have to read the first chapter of this party book. I'm like, I'm not reading that. It's a girl book. But she said it's talking about how getting together is a dying art, and we need to do more of it. It's in a party book, how to be a hostess, and that's her love language. She loves to have people over. But we could order food and have it delivered to our door.
mm-hmm.
Any restaurant. It used to be just pizzas.
Mm-hmm.
Any restaurant. And then we could stream any movie we want. We don't have to go to the theater. By the way, I did go to the theater recently to support a good friend of mine. John O'Leary has a movie called Soul on Fire.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the theater to watch it. I was like one of one. There was no one in there.
Really?
Yeah, it was towards the end of the run. It's a great movie, by the way. It's got like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was during the day because I was speaking at night and I was out of town. And I went to like a 2:00 matinee when everybody's in school. So I picked a really weird time to go see it, but that's the only time I had. And the movie's phenomenal. Soul on Fire. He was burned over like 90% of his body, and he lived. He had me on his podcast when I was a young speaker. Season 5, episode 46, but who's counting? No, he's a good dude. And he made a good movie, and I went and saw it, but I was the only one in there.
I mean, I did hear the other day that the theater is a dying art. And I agree with you. I will admit something. My husband bought me tickets to see my favorite band growing up, Blues Traveler, awesome band from the 90s. Great memories, but I don't want to go to concerts anymore because I have a lot of different reasons. Crowds really cause me anxiety. And I remember when I was younger, I would just get all up in it. We'd have fun. And that's what it was all about. The more crowded, the better, And then I don't really want to drink. And, our society, everything is associated with alcohol. There's not really a whole lot of options. And I've heard a lot of other people say this. And so I tend to stay home.
Oh, I love live music, but I'm with you. I get it. I shouldn't talk.
I'm like, am I old or is it just something?
Welcome to the Curmudgeon Podcast with Jessica and Dennis. When I was a kid, we had dinosaurs.
Back in I was born in 1973. I'll just put it out there. I grew up in the 80s.
If we get past the pterodactyls, we can get to the movies. No, it was awesome. But I did have a situation. Now, maybe we don't know how to act in crowds, too, because we haven't been around. I went to go see Bonnie Raitt in concert. She's like on my bucket list. She's awesome. Her voice sounds phenomenal. She's great. So far I went to a theater and a concert, but the two girls behind us were drinking and wouldn't be quiet. Now here we have a rock and roll Hall of Famer on stage with a catalog of music that could choke a horse, and they won't be quiet. So we had to move our seats.
Well, everybody around me was putting their reading glasses on to look at their phone because they were all my age or older. So that was one benefit. Nothing against the younger people, but if
We
they were
mean,
there, they appreciated my kind of music, so I'm cool with it, right?
I think we have to force ourselves to go out. We have to, because there's
I do the
it
same
all
thing
ties
with
in.
restaurants. My husband
It
will be
all
like, "You
ties.
want to go? We'll make plans. We'll make a plan. Saturday night, we're going to go. We've had a gift card to this fantastic restaurant in Columbia. I live 40 minutes from Columbia. I drive there all the time. It's not a big deal. We have not gone. We have had that for almost a year. And we've made 3 times. We've made reservations and canceled them because we just didn't feel like going into town.
The machines are winning,
It's
Jessica.
making me sad a little bit.
What is? Well, I'm going to hold you accountable here. Season 4, episode 1. Next time we come back, I want to hear that you spent that gift card.
Okay. Pasta Fresca.
Well, that's a good restaurant.
I know.
I know that one. In fact, I think I played that owner one time in tennis, and I won. Thanks for asking. Super guy. That's one of the best ones in Columbia.
It's a really good restaurant. It's in Forest Acres, a great community that we don't go to. I mean, I grew up going there, and this was my hometown, so I should feel comfortable going everywhere. I do have some events coming up where I will be out and having dinner, but my husband, he works from home, and talk about, it's tough to be stuck
It is
in
tough.
the house.
Well, there's all the stuff we're reading comes back to this podcast. There's an article I read. You read the article about ChatGPT. I went to this conference today. They're talking about screens and media. And then there was a article about these super agers. These are people that are 80 and above, but cognitively, they are like 50. Like they're sharp. And they looked at a bunch of different variables. You had diet, all this stuff, kind of like the blue zone thing. How do these people live
love
long?
the blue zone.
What they found out with these super agers was an incredible social network.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to need you to go out and spend that gift certificate. Take a
It's
friend.
funny you say that. I was just thinking, have you ever listened to Mel Robbins?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So she was talking about adult friendships. And I've had issues, with friends as an adult for multiple reasons, and how they're difficult. And I hear you. Even lately, I've been thinking, what if does your friend group, now that we're not going out, we're isolating. It's so weird that you're talking about this. I was literally thinking about this. Am I like losing connection? We're supposed to go to a Halloween party, hence my mask that I have today.
Nice.
Tomorrow night, and I've already said no, I don't want to go. I want to stay inside. I want to watch scary movies. I want to cook something good, build a fire. It's gonna be cold here, and just enjoy. I find joy in that.
Hold time out. You
With
had
my sweetie.
Well, you can go to make a flyby. You can do a flyby at the party. You want to be a super ager? You get your butt out there.
But see, I just
I'm forced. I have a woman in my life. We'll call her my wife because she is. Her love language is entertaining people.
No, I like doing that. You
I'm
can
forced.
come here.
We have a very small backyard, and we've only lived in this house 5 years. We've had 2 bands playing in our backyard. 2.
Yeah, I've had a band here. I love it.
I think there's
like
another
that.
one coming. She's had 2 bands in our backyard.
How fun!
But that's what she. And I do play the role. I called you a curmudgeon. I do play that role because I go, I can't believe you're doing this party. Why can't we go to someone else's house? And then when everyone shows up, I have a ball.
Oh, I love it. I've had Halloween parties here. I have holidays here. Wedding showers. I mean, we live on the lake. We have a great place. Some 4th of July parties. No more.
So that lady who's having a Halloween party tomorrow night, I'm sure she loves having parties and having people over.
Well, I did have a little get together last. I know.
I'm working the guilt angle.
I really think it's because I just don't love to drink anymore, and that's just what social.
Jessica, I'm 31 years sober. I still go out. You could still
know.
go out. I have more fun than anybody at the party.
I mean, I'll drink some, but I heard for like 3 days. It's not
No, all right, that may be another issue for another day.
yeah.
Jessica's intervention. But
No,
here's
that's off like 3 drinks. It's just not like a lot.
it's like my wife. She's I seen her. I never seen her have three. She has two, and she's done. And
Yeah.
she's giddy, and she's fine, and she's that good the next day. But I don't drink at all. Like I'm done. 31 years, a billion seconds, whatever it is. 31,
Yeah.
and I am done. But I still like going out. And you grab a Diet Coke, or they have those fake beers now. If I have to bring them, I'll bring them. Athletic beer. They have that hazy IPA, which is awesome. Sierra Nevada makes a non-alcoholic beer. It's just phenomenal.
Okay.
Begins with a trail. I forgot what's like trail side or trail cutter. If we get a sponsor, if they sponsor this podcast one day, I'll get the name right.
I had 2 large Modelo's. That is my
Great.
drink. That's a
Great. We're going to get a
Modelo.
Modelo sponsorship, and I don't drink.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, welcome to season 4, brought to you by
I
Modelo.
I will put the banner up on my boat around Lake Miranda.
You got to do that. You got to do that commercial because I can't do it. I'll be sitting there. Don't drink Modelo. You're going to hell.
No, that's horrible.
No, it's social. I like going out. The bar scene. I'm not like a teetotaler. I go, hey, you guys, you're drinking
No,
the devil's water. I like people when I go out all the time. I take people. I drive.
Yeah.
I drive the
That's
drunks
a good
around.
feeling, isn't it? To be able to take people that are going out and just know that you're the person that you're going to provide safety for them. I mean, I think it is. I know that sounds kind of cheap.
Oh yeah. Just get them home. It's easy. And one time we were down
They
at
don't have to worry about it,
we're down at the beach. It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. We all think we're young, and this guy looks at me and they're hammered. He looks at me and goes, "How do you do it? How do you put up with us?" I was like, "We just got to get you home. That's like my party. I just got to get your butts home." And I'm sitting there counting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, all right, where's the fifth guy? Like I have to fight. I'm herding chickens, but herding cats, but it works. I don't mind it at all.
No,
At all.
I mean, but so yeah, you're right.
I want to be a super ager.
I do too, and that's why I haven't even been working out much lately. When I've got a lot going on in my life right now, a lot of change coming up, change is scary. But I have a great counselor that talks me through things, and which is fantastic. So that I don't, go into a deep dark abyss of worrying, which is my superpower. But yeah,
Warrior. That's
being
your
around other people is like an elixir, right? Like makes you feel good.
Well, absolutely. I enjoyed the conference this morning. It was great. I sat there, mingled. It was the Well-Being Partnership here in Greenville.
Oh yeah,
It was all the people. That's your tribe.
Yeah.
Great talks. Unbelievable talks. And then I had to leave. Our doggy's sick, so I had to go home and let him out.
Oh no.
Yeah, but I went out yesterday. Where did I go? It was raining. I went to the vet because he had an ear infection. The room, you want to talk about pure joy? The room across the hall they all have glass doors you could see in there. 13 puppies, golden retrievers.
Think about this. On your worst day, you
13.
go in that room, shut the door, and just sit on the floor.
Oh yeah, you put a pork chop around your neck and you just lay there.
Love.
Oh, it was phenomenal. And I took a video of it. I sent it to all my kids, and then they're like, "Oh my gosh!" And then we're not getting one. We already have one, and he cost me $350 yesterday, with his ear infection.
You're golden. You have a golden?
No, I have a little poodle, a mini poodle. Don't tell the guys at the gun club.
I have Yorkies, so
he's smart. Oh yeah, you're worse than me.
We're up here.
How much does your Yorkie weigh? How much?
One of mine weighs 5 pounds. Garnet, and Gussie he weighs 15 pounds.
It's so funny you said that because I had this conversation with a guy. And you ever ask a guy who has a small dog? It's hilarious. There's a long excuse. He goes, "Hey, what kind of dog you got?" Okay, so about the dog. I like retrievers. I used to go hunting, but this was my wife's dog. All right, say it. It's a Yorkie. Just say it. This long explanation, and they come out like, "Well, it's a toy poodle." All right, just say that. I just asked you one question.
I mean, it's a dog.
I have a mini poodle.
A guy that carries like a strap around him, and the dog sits in it. One of those pouches.
No. My wife wants.
Yeah.
I sat next to a dog on a plane, and we talk about socializing. She took the dog with her, and he actually was really good. But I don't know. There's got to be dogs are great, but do we bring them everywhere?
No, I don't take my places they're not those kind of dogs. We had our first Yorkie, who was phenomenal, who was wonderful. She went everywhere. Like she'd go to the beach and park under the chair and just lay there. She loved my husband. She was obsessed with him. That was her human being. And I mean, she would literally stare at him. Just sit there and stare. But she was the best dog. But these crazies, nah. They are my
No way.
emotional support dogs, though, for sure.
I just caught myself. I gave like different opinions. I said, we can't bring our dogs everywhere. But here was a woman on an airplane going somewhere to be with people. She was socializing. Back to our basic premise, people aren't doing
Yeah.
stuff. So who am I to stop her? By the way, the dog was well behaved. Sat, got underneath her seat. Awesome. So maybe I got to not condemn it. Look at the mental health aspect of that. Like she's going to visit somebody, and happens to be she needs to bring her dog.
Well, I don't like leaving my dogs.
I just caught
But
myself
yeah.
there. No, I'm trying to be pro interaction. And
People, dogs have become, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, look at all these, when they bring dogs into, jails or prisons, it's the healing power of an animal and that connection. These may be people that can't communicate with other people, but they can connect with an animal.
Trying to pull up that screenshot you sent me again about. I'm back to. What were some of the stats again? I want to bring this thing full circle because we're talking about. That's the next big screen. The kids are always chasing something. That's the next big screen, I think.
This is what I'll tell you what it tells me, but what it tells me intuitively is people are lonely. 1 million plus chat. That's just chat. That's just chat GPT. So think about all the other ones.
There's a billion of them now.
GPT users. This is probably a low estimate. Discuss suicide weekly. 0.15% of their overall users. So it may look like that isn't a lot, but when you look at it like 1.2 million people, and I don't know if that's unique, people, or if it's times they visited, I don't know, but still it doesn't matter each week.
No, that's big because it's not a big percentage, but there's so many users. Back to my original point when I started, there's so many users. 0.15% of all those users is a big number. When you're counting bodies, 1 million people a week, golly.
I'm sure also if you did an evaluation, you could find how many people Googled the word suicide.
Yeah.
How to die, I mean, everything is at your fingertips.
That's one of the warning signs when I do my award-winning talk. And did I tell you I won an award?
Yeah, well, I don't
No,
know.
the last time I spoke, they gave me a free water, and I'm counting that as an award. It counts. A beauty in the eyes of the beholder. Jessica, come on. I didn't pay for it, and it was a Dasani. That's top shelf stuff there. No, but in the warning signs, you look at your web browser history.
Mm-hmm.
If you see searching for methods,
yeah,
that's a warning sign. Oh my gosh, I just pulled up AI and suicide on my browser.
You're going to be one of those people. They're going to say another person.
No, there's a term, and I put in my newsletter. Because you sent me that, you sent me down this rabbit hole, which is a good rabbit hole because I want to be informed. There's a term out there that every one of our listeners who's worried about somebody, because you and I both lost somebody. That's a risk factor, right? That lost family member to suicide. We lost 3 between us.
And they didn't have AI or any of that back then.
No. It still happened.
Right.
So that's a risk factor. So there's this thing called AI psychosis. If we're trying to prevent future occurrences and we have to deal with the environmental factors that are coming at us, AI being one of them, we have to know about it. No. So these people have, just remember that term. You all can Google it on your own. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Hundreds of thousands of users, are just daily talking about this. 1 million a week are talking to a machine about their feelings. I get it. Maybe it's good to get it out, but if we could train that machine to coach them to go see another human.
Yeah.
Maybe AI could say, hey, go listen to It's a Tough Subject podcast. That should be the default. And then our numbers will go through the roof.
Well, they might have a...
it's all about us.
No.
He
doesn't mean that.
No, not with this cause. It's never about us.
It doesn't matter. We do want our numbers to go through the roof because we want to reach people that need to just hear somebody that are, either just struggled with a loss or having issues themselves and just need to know there are people out there talking to them. I'm okay with that.
And that's
we're people. We're not AI generated. We're real people.
We're real.
From South Carolina.
By the way, there are AI generated podcasts out there.
Really?
Yeah, they have
Oh
they
no.
made these. Oh, it's awful. It's awful. What happens is they make these two people that are AI, and they have a conversation, and it sounds so real. And what these little companies are doing, probably overseas, and just flooding the market with these things. And it's a numbers game. Like if they get any kind of listeners, they get a nickel or whatever. I don't know what they get, per or Spotify or whatever. It costs them like $1.50 to produce this because it's just two people with AI, and they just throw them out there. And all the major streaming networks out there should ban that. We need humans. Back to our original theme. They should ban that immediately. If we find out it's AI interviewing AI, boom, you're off the network.
I mean, it can't. It's again that '80s movie thing. Machines will never. There's certain things that machines can never take the place of that humans do, and you cannot replace that human to human connection.
Yeah, and with the other thing, I'm looking at this article, you can see my head turning. Not only the AI psychosis, they really think they're talking to somebody. Like AI is not coming to your funeral. I think you said that last time. Like you die, AI ain't showing up and being a pallbearer. Let's be honest. But there's also people are now substituting AI for like romantic interludes. They're talking like that to it. My AI I use is called Claude. I can't see me
We
and
talked
Claude.
about Claude. I couldn't think for some reason. I was thinking Frank. I knew it was
Cla-
some old man name.
I can't see me and Claude having a romantic interaction, but it can happen. It can
There was
deceive
a
you.
movie about that. I mean, but I mean, it makes me. I am not making fun of people when I say this. It makes me truly sad to think that someone is so lonely that they are, having romantic whatever, talking about life or death things with a computer. And maybe there's this, maybe they've convinced themselves. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I'm not a
when
psychiatrist, psychologist.
2019, I was asked to do a TEDx talk. What asked, you apply for it, and I wanted to do it, and then I got in, and they asked me, "What do you want to do?" And suicide prevention, whatever. And I told them I want to do loneliness,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, "Why is that? You do all this stuff because exactly what you're talking about." And I also said, you write what you know, and right now I'm lonely. I was going through a divorce, living in a small apartment, and they said, "You want to do loneliness?" Like, yeah, why? I'm lonely, and in that apartment, we formed the Camo Hat Club. I'm wearing the official gear. And next week, I have my meeting with my boys. And this thing's taken off, by the way. We now have a chapter in Miami. We have a camelhatclub.com website to teach you how to do it.
Nice.
We're trying to combat loneliness and trying to be, maybe a super ager with cognitive function. We all have that grandmother or aunt that was like 90 and sharp as a tack.
My grandmother, she died at 100. She was visiting shut-ins, 20 years younger than her, and driving around and doing that in her 90s. She was a hoot.
Holy bear. She had a servant's heart, but she was interacting with people.
Well, she was. No, she could be mean. Let me tell you, she was a spicy little lady. She was tiny.
Spicy.
She didn't. She was my dad's mother. She did not ever smoke or drink. She would, air quoting folks, take exercise. Her words. And she ate very little meat and grew all her own fruits and vegetables.
And she socially interacted, became a
And
super
she
ager.
never got cancer. I just want to say that, which is almost bizarre these days. You know what I mean?
She hit,
Some chronic illness. She had depression. She did have some mental health
all right.
struggles. But she took no medications. And that she at 99 and a half, she got dementia and died 6 months later. And I took care of her. So yeah. She was a wonderful person.
I thought you were going to say she got hit by a truck while jogging or something.
No, she just,
Dementia.
Took her quick.
That's actually a blessing, the quickness of that. No,
Yes.
yeah, that dementia can go on for years.
My grandmother, this is powerful, was dealing with depression about something that happened, a trauma in her childhood at 99 years old still, that she had never addressed.
Wow.
So those traumas in childhood, they last. And she got lonely too, older adults do. We don't talk a lot about that.
They don't go away.
No.
We have to learn how to deal with them. Those traumas don't go away.
No.
The traumas we suffered as youth, heck, we think about it. And there was a big thing the other day about hazing. That's another subject one day, but it's not They were talking, these hands don't haze. These hands don't haze. It was a PSA or whatever. And I said, I don't care about your hands. I worry about your mouth. What people say to me hurts me more than a trolley horse.
Yeah.
So write that down. That's going to be episode one day. Hazing and bullying. We're coming after that one. I'm still mesmerized. I keep looking over the left. I just typed in AI and suicide, and a zillion articles come up. There's not just one lawsuit. There's a bunch now. Oh yeah, there's a girl and a boy. They're going to block romantic chats. And I'm a little bit guilty of this because when we have Google Home, and I say, Google, it turns off our lights. I'll say, hey, Google, turn off the living room light. And it turns it off. And I walk by and I go, thank you. Like I'm talking to somebody. It's a machine. It's digits. 1010 digital. It has no idea.
It's funny you said, this is going to sound insane, so don't feel bad. When I use AI for things, the other day I found myself thinking, well, I mean, yeah, I really don't want to ask it another question. Like, who cares? It doesn't care if you bother it and say that's wrong. Do it this way over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah. It gives you one format. Like, would you be so kind as to use a warmer voice?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think that's just us programmed to. That's how we communicate because we know how to communicate with people.
And now you think of the machine. The machine just say, do it here. Warmer voice now. Thanks.
And respectfully.
Bam. I got to do that now. I got to tone my. I do talk to Claude. I say thanks for doing that. Here's another angle we could take. I don't have to say thanks. Just here's another angle.
No. You're programmed to do that because you're a good human, and that's what we do, right?
I have to realize it's a big calculator in the sky, and just remember that. Hitting buttons.
Yeah, so it doesn't have feelings, folks, and that means it can't feel yours. I mean, but it can give you information if you're looking for specifically.
It's a beautiful
you need
thing.
Some type of help. I've gotten a lot of resources. You can have them referenced to make sure they're accurate. You know how you used to go, what was the website that everybody went to, WebMD, like 10 years ago when they were diagnosing? My mother was horrible about it.
Yeah.
Self-diagnosing. And I'm like, everything's going to be the worst in the beginning. It's kind of the same thing. You know, you go on those things and you automatically and you're doing things and getting information from not reputable sources. That's very, very.
We don't know. Yeah, the machine learned language. We don't know yet. So let's wrap it up right there. We came at it hard. It's the new screen because I'm trying to think about, when we were on Facebook and then the kids got off, they went to like Instagram or Snapchat. Then we went over to Instagram. They got off that. Facebook. They're on TikTok. Oh, we still have, yeah.
I'm on 51.
And then
I can do
we
that.
go to TikTok and we'll chase them up there. But I think the AI is the next screen. And I think we all need to be on it. From a mental health perspective, parents, one of these lawsuits was found because the parent hit the ChatGPT after the kid died. He checked all the socials and he hit ChatGPT and saw this. I would
never have thought to do that, would you?
Never thought of it. No. He almost hit it by accident. He just looked at it. He goes, let me check this.
Just another thing that parents have to monitor now.
And on that note, have a good night, everybody. Doom and gloom. Like, good luck. Just another. You got to be informed, though.
That's for another show now.
No. If we're going to prevent suicides, we got to be informed.
Yes.
And we got to know what's out there. I remember when 13 Reasons Why came out, we had to know it. I had to go watch that stupid show. Mm-hmm. And I'm not their target market, 55-year-old at the time, guy watching this stupid kid show, but we have to know about it. So I think we all owe it to ourselves on this podcast. And this is season 4, episode 1. It's crazy that we're this far, that we have to be aware of this stuff, and AI is coming, and that's the next screen we have to watch.
Yeah, we do, but it has power to do good. We just have to make sure it does that.
All of it has power to do good. And even your Instagram feed has some positive stuff. As much as kids imitate what they see, they also, if they see good, they'll imitate that. We just have to steer them towards the good.
Load
and teach
us good. Don't
load it with good.
Yep.
That'll be our motto going forward. All right. Load it with good, folks. This is Dennis Gillan. That's Jessica Seel. This is episode 1 of season 4. Thanks for hanging in there. And if you have any feedback, send me an email, dennis@halfasarah.org. Give me permission. I'll read it on the air, and we'll go from there. Jessica, it's been a pleasure.
Bye, guys.
That's it. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.